Hello YouTube, welcome to a second recipe video. This one is one of my favorites, protein pudding, and I've been getting a lot of requests for this one. So it's extremely easy. It's only a couple ingredients, and some of the ingredients you don't even need to use. Some of these ingredients I use for flavor, like apple cider vinegar and lemon juice. You don't even need these in this, but I'm including it because that's what I use. So to get started, you don't need a food processor. I use a food processor because it's a little bit easier, but you can use a blender. So it's not like you need a food processor or a Ninja, but I recommend a Ninja because Ninja's the best. All right, so to get started, we're gonna start with roughly 140 grams of frozen berries of your choice. I just use a mixed berry. There's blackberries, raspberries, blueberries in here. You can do strawberries, whatever you want. So that's going in there, but it's got to be frozen. Next up, we're going to do 170 grams or 3/4 cup of 0% fat-free Greek yogurt. It was a bit of a tongue twister. If you want a higher calorie protein pudding, you can go for 1%, 2% fat. I want to keep mine as low as possible, so I'm doing 0% fat. So that's going right in there. And at the end of this video, I'll make sure that you can see the calories, carbs, fats, protein, all that fun stuff. But it's roughly, I think it's roughly like 300 to 400 some calories, and you'll see it makes a lot of volume. So, all right, that's good. Next up, we have 20 grams of sugar-free Jello pudding mix. This really helps thicken it up, and it also gives it that chocolatey flavor. So that's gonna go right in there. Then we have Guar Gum, or you can use xanthan gum. What this does, it's a thickening emulsifier agent. So what you'll see it does, it like expands and thickens whatever you're mixing it with. If you want it more airy and thicker and with more volume, you can use more of it, but I'm using half a teaspoon. It's not a lot, but it goes a very long way. Like I said, the more you use, it's going to expand it and thicken it more. So start with a little. If you want it thicker, add more. Now, we're going to get into lemon juice and apple cider vinegar. I like adding it because with this, it's very thick, it's very fruity. Very sweet, and this like acidic kind of cuts through it and adds a nice flavor to it. And also lemon juice and apple cider vinegar are very good for you. But what I do is roughly 1 to 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and then I'll do 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. You know, apple cider vinegar is great for your gut. It's great for blood pressure. So why not? Well, like I said, you don't have to add this. Then we got 2 more things we're gonna add. One I gotta grab out of the pantry, but unsweetened vanilla almond milk. You can use coconut milk, cashew milk. I'm using unsweetened because, again, as little calories as possible. And this is anywhere from a half a cup to a cup. Again, the more liquid you add, it's gonna thin it out more. So since I'm trying to make a pudding, I'm using around 3/4 cup. But again, you can experiment. If you want it thicker, use less liquid. If you want it a bit thinner, use more liquid. What are you eating? What did you just eat? Use more liquid. And the last thing we got is stevia. I love sweet things. As you know, I love donuts, I love ice cream. So the more stevia you add, obviously the sweeter it's gonna be. Just so you know, it's sugar to stevia is equal. So like a tablespoon of sugar it will have the same sweetness as like a tablespoon of stevia. So if you're baking anything, you want to take the sugar out, you would use the exact same stevia. So since I like it sweet, I'm using a 1/4 cup of this. But if you don't want it as sweet, you can use less. If you want it sweeter, you can use more. So that's all in there, and what you'll see, which is really cool, you'll see it expand quite a bit. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on the blender. Oh, I can't believe I forgot. Last thing, protein powder. It's sitting right in front of me. 1 scoop of protein powder. And this one's chocolate peanut butter. I love PE Science. It's probably one of the best tasting protein powders I've ever had. They have a lot of good flavors out there, so if you want a different tasting one, grab a different flavor. Now, we shall blend this up. So what I'll do is I'll start it, let it run for about a minute or so, and then I'll scrape down the sides, and then, like I said, you'll see this explode, like get volume out. So if you want to come in closer, I'll show you what this looks like. That's a fork. So I'll scrape down the sides a bit, but it's like, you know, a pudding. It's fairly thick. It's not super thick and airy, but it's like a pudding. So I'll let this go for about another minute or so. And that is very good. Again, it's expanded a little bit more, so that's from the Guar Gum. It's not like overflowing, but the more Guar Gum you add, the more airy this would get. So I'm not a huge fan of that because it literally tastes like air sometimes. But you can see it's fairly thick. You know, it's like I said, that's you know, protein pudding. Now it's ready to go. So what I do with this, sometimes I'll just eat it right out of the thing. I'm gonna put this on some oatmeal, but you know, you can put it on whatever you want. But that's protein pudding. So if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.